Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to Famous People with Linda. Today, I have a story for you on Alan Turing. Now, I admit once again, I did not know who he was. Mitch had to tell me. Alan was born in 1927 in London, England, and he is best known as the father of computer science and artificial intelligence. And I'm sure you guys know a lot more about computers than I do sometimes. So let's see how Alan achieved his dream. Little Alan was a boy from London who went to boarding school when he was very young. He was shy and nobody expected much from him. But often the quietest people achieve the most extraordinary things. And here we can see Alan going off to boarding school. Now, when you went to boarding school, you weren't there just during the day taking classes, but you stayed overnight there. You came home on holidays. And you can see him getting on the train and off he goes. So he didn't ride school bus, or his mom and dad didn't take him to school. Okay? At school, Alan spent so much time alone that he learned to read all by himself. He could also solve math problems in his head before his teachers taught him how. So, pretty smart little boy. And here you can see the other boys having fun playing. And where is Alan? See him? That's right back here reading. Everything changed when Alan met Christopher. They both shared a passion for math and science and planned to study at Cambridge University together. Alan just couldn't imagine life without his friend. He had fallen in love. And here you see Alan and Christopher together. And look at the leaves on the tree. What does that mean? Do you think that's a certain time of year? I think it looks like autumn. He was ready to move to Cambridge when he got some terrible news. Christopher had died suddenly. Alan, who had always been lonely, felt more alone than ever. And you can see him sitting here. He does look sad, doesn't he? And I can imagine that was very confusing for him also. Can you imagine that young losing one of your best friends? College couldn't cure his broken heart, but it kept his brain busy. Soon, Alan was working on a crazy idea, a machine that could calculate any sum. Wow, how about that? So here you see him writing on the board. See the numbers he's writing? And look at here, here's his plans for the machine. Alan's machine was the ancestor of the computers we use today, but he didn't have the chance to build one. Half of Europe had been invaded by Germany, and Alan's destiny was about to change forever. So this was during the war. You can see the planes flying overhead. Everybody's reading newspapers about what's going on with the war. When Britain joined the war against Germany, Alan had other brilliant minds were hired to break the code used by the Germans to send secret messages to their soldiers. So he was so smart that the government recognized that and they hired him to help out. Okay. Mathematicians, chess players, and engineers, they all failed to crack Enigma. Enigma was the code-making machine built by the Nazis. Alan knew that another machine, not a human mind, was the only thing to beat it. So here you have all these people working on different things, and here's Alan saying, wait, I have a machine that'll help with that. Nobody believed in Alan's idea. So he wrote to the Prime Minister asking for help to build his device. Once he got permission, it was just a matter of time before his machine solved the first of many riddles. Now, I want you to think about your computers, the ones at home, the ones at the library, at school, and how big they are. Okay, look at this one. Wow, that was the one that he built. And it looks as big as a house, doesn't it? Can you imagine having to carry that back and forth to school? Alan's machine helped to win the war and save millions of lives. But his name was kept secret, and no one knew he was a hero. But Alan was just happy to go back to work on his computers. So he was like, well, that's cool. I helped win the war, but I don't care about any fame or glory. I just want to go back to work. Tragically, Alan became the victim of an unfair law against gay people. He lost his job and was forced to take a bizarre treatment that made him feel very bad. That was a different time, a different place, and that was pretty sad, wasn't it? There he is, sitting all alone again. It took more than 50 years for the British government to apologize for treating Alan and thousands of gay people so terribly. They showed great courage by being themselves in a time of great prejudice. You see the fountain there and the birds. And today, the world is much more open-minded thanks to little Alan, the father of computer science, the boy who believed that those who can imagine anything can create the impossible. And there he is. Good lesson, huh? Dream it. Nothing's impossible. So, once again, guys, I invite you to give us your comments. Let us know what you think about Alan and what he did. And is computer science something that you're interested in? Being a programmer, coming up with new gaming. I bet you that's a good one, isn't it? Computer graphics. Let us know what you're thinking, okay? We miss you, and until next week, I'm Linda. Bye-bye.